But from a skill perspective, tell me who has Kevin Durant's arsenal. 6'11", 7'6" wingspan, threes, mid-range, finishes on the break, handle, pull up, Jay, fall away. The only thing he doesn't have is the strength to drop step on you and just yam it on you from a physicality standpoint. Now, because of his height, he can still post and turn around and shoot from a post position with his back to the basket. There is nothing missing from his arsenal.
If you just listen to what Stephen A. Smith said about KD's skill set, then I'm sure we can all agree that pretty much all the aspects of KD's game that were just mentioned apply to Michael Porter Jr. as well. And that's why I believe Michael Porter Jr. might just be the best player from the 2018 draft, even though it features guys like Luka Doncic, Trae Young. Now, I know that Michael Porter Jr.'s stats don't necessarily indicate this at all, given that he's only averaging a mere 7 points on 13 minutes per game, but if you stick with me for a bit, I can explain. Ladies and gentlemen, this is MCG. If you happen to like this video and the content I make, then tap the thumbs up button as well as the subscribe button. Without wasting more time, let's continue. Michael Porter Jr. is 6'10", 6'11", can handle the ball, can score in the mid-range, score from behind the arc, finish at the rim, and do this all on pretty good efficiency. So, simply put, he's a great scorer with great potential that unfortunately isn't getting a lot of minutes most of the time. To show you what I mean, here's the box score of his last 12 games that he played in. In green, I highlighted the games where he got more than 20 minutes of playing time and shot more than 50% from the field. In orange, I highlighted the games where he plays more than 20 minutes yet shoots below 50%. Out of 8 games where he played 20 minutes or more, only in 1 game has he shot below 50%. He is doing this all whilst coming off the bench. Now imagine how productive he would be with starter minutes. Looking at his offensive skill set and seeing how easy the game comes to him on the offensive side of the ball, it really does remind me of, dare I say, Kevin Durant. Obviously, the main similarity would be their height and body type, both being these lanky dudes at around 6'10". And then, if you compare their skill sets, you'll see that offensively they're pretty similar as well. Both are great shooters, 3-point as well as mid-range. Both can finish at and above the rim. And though we haven't really seen it from Michael Porter Jr., I think it's fair to say that his post game could at least develop into something serviceable. Obviously, comparing any player to KD is always a dangerous thing to do, since KD is a generational talent, the likes of which we don't see very often. However, I'm willing to take this so-called risk and say that Michael Porter Jr. is going to be the next KD. Now, one might say that potential doesn't translate into real production on the court, and granted, this is 100% correct, but based on what we've seen from Michael Porter Jr. in the games that he's played, and especially in the games where he scored more than 15 points, it's safe to say that his potential has sort of already translated into production. Okay, so for the sake of this video, let's say Michael Porter Jr. actually is the next KD. How exactly does that make him a better player than Luka Doncic or Trae Young, who are all much better playmakers? Well, I think we can all agree that Kevin Durant has been universally known as a top 3 player throughout the last decade, with LeBron, Kawhi, and sometimes even Steph being the only players that have had a case for being better than him. KD has been a top 3 player without being known for his playmaking ability, but rather his elite scorer. If that is the case, then I don't see why Michael Porter Jr. can't be a better player than Luka or Trae. Michael Porter Jr. would be a better scorer as well as a better defender, since for some reason Luka and Trae can't guard a stone in a one-on-one matchup. Sure, these two are going to be better playmakers, but when Michael Porter Jr. is the better scorer and defender, maybe even the most unguardable player between the three, I don't see what's stopping him from being the best player from his draft. This whole video is factually only based on a small sample size of games, and we can't say for sure that Michael Porter Jr. would be able to produce at a high level consistently once he gets starter minutes, but like D'Angelo Russell said during the offseason, it's a league of opportunity, and between MPJ, Luka and Trae, Michael Porter Jr. has the worst opportunity to showcase his skill on a night-to-night basis, given that the Denver Nuggets are a deep team that is already established. Nevertheless, Michael Porter Jr. is a really special player that the Nuggets must keep under all circumstances, as he has the potential to be not only the best player from his draft, but even the best player on his team. So to sum this up, I think that if Michael Porter Jr. lives up to his potential, he will be the best player from his draft. He will surpass Luka and Trae and showcase why exactly he was the #1 ranked high school player coming out of high school. So, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you all for sticking till the end. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment before you close the video. This was MCG. Peace out.